Alright, today, so the plan was, still possibly, it was to just hit the reef and do some fun fishing, anchor up, chum. I got all those glass minnows to throw down as well. But there's this guy coming. And those edges of the clouds weren't there when I launched from right there. So it's a quick mover and it's pretty beastly. For some reason there's tons of wood debris coming around here. Then I saw this. This is gonna be awesome here. I'm gonna keep that. Prohibido tirar basura al mar. Prohibited to throw trash in the sea. Take a look at that. I think there's some bait there. Alright, let me show you where I'm at. I've got the chum bag going, and this current is ripping. I mean, just crazy. This is the 5th spot that I anchored and pulled up, and I haven't even fished because just the current was wrong and stuff was flowing way wrong. But I've got the glass minnows and pilchards I cast netted the other day, so that's all ready to go, defrosting. But let me show you where I am at. I'm on the bar, and what the bar is the secondary reef. So like the keys are up here, then you have Hawks Channel, then you have the reef, the beginning of the reef, and then you have the end of the reef is that dark, first solid dark run all the way across. I'm fishing what they call the bar, which are the secondary reefs that also parallel the main reef. You can see them all along. The lower keys has them, at least. I'm not sure about mid and upper, but all the way from the Key West across. So you'll have the reefs, then you'll go to the edge of the reef, and it's a drop off to 70 to 80 foot. And then it comes up back up again where these bars are, and then it'll drop back off and goes back to 80 and 100 and constantly going deeper. Where I'm at is not exactly in the center, but I'm in a little indentation. Okay, so these are some big coral heads pop-ups. So it goes from the outside, which is 70, all the way up to 30, 35 foot there. And then it goes back down on this edge. There's a sharp edge right there going up where it starts going higher and higher. So I'm sitting in around 66 foot where I'm at, as you can see on the graph, but right away it goes up to like 40 foot. So that short distance, there's a 20 foot, basically a cliff. And the chum is ripping the way the asterisk is pointing, so it's going right at that. So hopefully that'll work out. The only thing that I'm questionable about is because of the how fast the tide is running. I don't know if this, I don't see how fast that's going. I don't know how that chum's going to react with these fish, as well as the bait presentation. But anyways, all the other how-tos and what I'm doing is I've got a how to fish the reef on a different video. I'll put a little link here somewhere, and you can check that out. And then I'm just gonna fun fish it and see what I catch. All right, just did my first drift back. Got something decent size to it. This current can be hit and miss on the ripping tide. You definitely, it's definitely better than no tide, but alrighty, nice moderate size one there. That would be a good eater, but definitely a good start. Definitely a real good start. Nice. All right, so I'm using the same bait that I'm chumming with. So I'll show you how easy this is if you get all your ducks in a row. Meaning take your time, get a good spot, have good bait, have good line, get your technique down. There's lines going. There we go. This is a decent one. I might keep a few. Because these are some good eater ones. Ow, ow. There. Ow. Happens when you bring them in green. But nice little guys. But as I was saying is that you take your time, get all the pieces in order. It's really the yellowtails are pretty easy. See if we could get something by putting on a bigger bait. Actually, I'm going to cast that back. I've got a big school of yellowtail already in the chum slick. They're all those 12 inchers, but looking to get into something a bit bigger here. And just make sure it's feeding out on its own. Definitely when you use a long bait like that, it'll spin really bad if it's not drifting smoothly. There it goes. And reel. How did something that small, is it small? Not bad. Yeah, nicer one. Definitely nicer there. There it goes. Nice eater. So, bigger bait, a little bit bigger fish. Look at those colors. Jump one more time and you're free. But beautiful fish. Oh, this is a nicer one. Oh, what was wrong with this one is that I stripped out some gears on my on the main gear, but luckily I had spares at home, so I fixed it. Unfortunately, these pans use pot metal gears, so that happens. Ugh. Man, these guys are definitely tempting me to keep one or two. Don't splash, don't splash. But yeah, those are nice eater ones. Good medium size there. Nice fillets. This guy's been eating a lot of my chum. Very important to not get lazy. You can see that leader's gotten frayed right there from the mouth. Up here's okay. So you just gotta check every single time, because it's not worth losing a bigger fish over a knot. And that's why I'm just gonna use a quick Palomar knot. Doesn't need to be anything fancy, or ease and speed is the key, especially if you're gonna be out in a rocking boat or rough conditions where it's not easy to focus on your knot tying. But you always know that a Palomar will always tighten up and be very solid. Go back on it. I'm having better luck on the Glass Minnows putting 2 or 3 of them on a hook and running it back. It seems like the pilchards give them too big of a target to miss the hook. But I see I've got a yellowbick road already behind me. That means they're just a bunch of fish stacked up in the chum line. So it makes it fairly easy. Just drift it back. Wait for that right line to start ripping off. There it goes. Close the bail and set the hook. And you can see them flashing up there, but there's like 50 of them all come inside that chum line. So you can probably see them now better. But one thing you can key in on is, and I'm just trickling out this chum. I mean, I've got a lot of it, and I'm not going to spend all day on these. But these are all real good eating size ones here. But one of the good things is to know is that, like, you start catching a lot of small ones, don't hesitate to pick up and move, because once you start getting into the size that you want, they tend to be all that same size. They school in the kind of the same sizes, so definitely nice there. Like, I'm already caught over a limit in probably 30 minutes here, so it's just, if you take your time, I mean, don't get on a spot, just drop your anchor, put the chum out, and if it ain't working, don't just stay there. Give it a half an hour to a solid hour. Even you might start catching some small ones, but activity breeds activity. Get a good chum line going, get some slop out there, and then if you're not catching them, all right, pick up after an hour, take a good look, get your goggles on, your snorkeling stuff, take a look, find a good spot, throw the anchor again, give yourself an hour, just keep moving, hitting and moving, because once you find that school, then you're pretty much golden, and you'll limit out and be done in 30 minutes like I was. But what I'm hoping of is to pull up some pelagics out here, maybe some bonitas. Well, you never know what's going to come out here. It's just I'm outside the reef. I'm at this bar here. You can see the little mackerels jumping, and you'll never know what's going to come up. I get dolphin out here all the time. See, they're like right behind the boat. I don't even have to go very far. Whoa. Fortunately, I haven't hit the sharks yet. Ooh. But as you can see, they're all the similar size. They make nice eaters, but I'm still not sure whether I'm going to keep any or not. So, we'll keep shooting them. It's getting a little tiring catching those yellowtails, so I'm just putting a long leader out, so the egg sinker to a swivel that stops it, and then maybe a 8-foot leader, 9-foot, 10-foot leader, and I'm just gonna, I've got a chunk of ballyhoo that I brought from that last trip. I don't know if the ballyhoo showed up. It's kind of rough out here, so it's hard to see if they were there, and definitely be hard to throw a cast net on them. So I bought all this extra bait, and so I'm wanting to get to the bottom. But not all the way on the bottom. I mean, yeah, not all the way on the bottom, because I don't want it to get stuck. I'm getting a bite already. And they either took it or they've got it. Oh. No, I got them. Well, that was quick. That's why it's kind of not a good thing about using chunk bait for bottom rigs, is anything will eat them. Which is, I mean, not a bad thing, but I prefer to have larger species. This might be just a good yellowtail, which it is, eating that big old chunk. Not even a very big one. I might have to put a whole dead frozen ballyhoo on there. That sucker, 7/0 hook and a big old chunk. I don't even know how it would fit in his mouth. Oh, all right. Oh, broke me off. Okay, this one is going to be for all the people that say I'm talking too much and not enough fishing or not enough catching. Alright, let's see here. Let it flow. Keep them interested. What we're doing is we're waiting for that line to really start ripping out like that. Shut the bell. Reel. And fish on. Yeah, these are cookie cutter fish over here. Oop, oop. But no sharks, so that's a good thing. And there we go. Oh, rock me up again, son of a bitch. Okay, so I think I'm going to do a quick bit of meat hunting. Put about 4, maybe 5 in the boat here real quick. And then I think I'm gonna go inside and maybe get on some Cero mackerel, which will be a little different. I brought some trolling plugs for that. They're just these, basically kind of like these diamond trolling spoons. All used. All right, so we might not be able to get fish in now because there's a freaking barracuda or a shark. All right, let's see if we can do this. On. No sharks, please. Oh, and he got sharked. Damn you fuckers. Oh. Well. Although I could... Sharks. Although I could hang around here and keep catching, they're just going to keep eating. So I think I'm going to go inside and do some trolling for some Cero mackerel, which will be a little different anyways. So all right, let's do that. Okay, for the Cero mackerel, I'm just going to be doing trolling spoons. So just your basic redfish spoon, I guess would be just any spoon, regular spoon with a little trace of wire leader. And then I just pre-rigged these, so I've got some mono on the end of it, so I can just quick tie it on my existing poles. And it's kind of a drone spoon with a little spinner on there. Same deal, just a little 3-4 inches of wire there to protect the leader. Don't need a lot. And that's all we're gonna do, just troll it in, get off anchor, recover my anchor, get everything put away. The good thing with the Ceros is that they're on the reef line, inside the reef line, all over the place. As the cooler weather starts coming in, then you'll start seeing more of the mackerels inside the reef. So it's convenient for me, so like I could do some reef fishing out here on the end of the reef, but then on the troll in, put a couple spoons on and still be fishing rather than just burning my whole time back. So let me get all cleaned up and we'll check it out. Got something on. Ugh. Yeah, it looks kind of smallish. Sitting on the top though. Something small. That shouldn't be eating a big lure like that. Maybe even a yellowtail. But it's not going down. What is this? Oh, a little blue runner? What is that? What is this? Ah, a little blue runner. Well, now. Beautiful fish. Nice looking fish. Oh. All right, and we're off. Everything loves these spoons. What is this thing? This is staying deep. Oh, another one of those runners. Another runner. I wanted to show the colors of these things. These are nice sized baits too. They have that nice stripe there. Got the gold and then the blue stripes. Perfect bait. Well, no hits on the trolling so far. I can go farther trolling, but I think I'm gonna lines in. That's getting a little bit funky. I still gotta run way up over there. And the sun's kind of going down, so I think we're just gonna call it a day. I caught plenty of yellowtails. Now I'm thinking I should have kept a few, but oh well, they're easy to come by. All right, talk to you guys later.